True friends stab you in the front. Today we're going to be stabbed in the front by Jordan Peterson. He's become a controversial figure in the public eye, but I've gained a lot of value from his work, especially from the viewpoint of a creative person. What you'll find in listening to a lot of Jordan's lectures is that he has a very pessimistic view on creative endeavor. And I guess almost necessarily, he has a lot of experience in his clinical practice in talking to many different types of people, including very creative people. And it looks as though when it comes to the practical application of creative interest, the picture is quite bleak. I just wanted to share this information in this video just to give some insight into the reality of creativity, as much as we want to focus on the romantic, ethereal parts of our craft.
Don't be thinking that creativity is such a good thing. It's a high-risk, high-return strategy. So if you're creative, you just try this. There's creative people in this room, man. You guys are going to have a hell of a time monetizing your creativity. It's virtually impossible. It's really, really difficult.
Yes, you're an artist. Yes, you can make quite valuable and beautiful work. But how the hell are you going to make money? And this is what he unpacks and presents to us in quite a brutally truthful way.
Your probability of success is so low that it's better just to do something sensible. But the problem with that is that creative people can't do that because they're creative. And if they shut down their creativity, it's like an extrovert who's gone to live in in an isolated cell. A creative person who isn't being creative, they just wither and die. So they're stuck with it.
I think that is the big dichotomy here, right? Almost, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. My decision making has basically been led by the fact that there is no path that is without fault. Every single path you go down is going to have some kind of thing that isn't ideal, that makes you want to pull your hair out. But it's just choosing the one that is most complementary to your character. You're screwed no matter what you do. So I'm going to choose the plight of how the hell do I make money and try and figure that on the way down, as opposed to working in the cubicle and having my soul crushed every single day. The idea that 99.5% of all creative people will not be able to make a living from it from the entirety of their lives. That's depressing, but it's true. It's true. I mean, the internet is a wonderful thing when it comes to just democratizing creativity. The best thing about the internet is that everyone can be a pop star. The worst thing about the internet is that everyone can be a pop star. I do think that it is very important to be aware of this. You can have this optimism, you can have this faith in your ability, which hopefully is well placed, but also not be naive. Also realize that the industry that you're going to go into, the world that you're going to try and act within, can be a very brutal one, and it can chew you up and spit you out with no such thing as remorse at all.
And you also probably have to understand that if you want to be an artist, that you're also going to have another job.
Yeah.
Because it's just, unless you want to bang your head against the wall until it's bleeding, it's so hard.
This isn't really much of a discouragement. It's just a confirmation of how difficult the journey that I am on will be. It is just an affirmation as to the trials and tribulations that I will have to endure to get anywhere near the place that I want to arrive to.
Don't confuse your ignorance of something important, sales and marketing, with your moral purity. That's a big mistake. It's a big ethical mistake, and you will pay for that. That's a set of skills you need to develop if you're a creative person and an artist. Don't be contemptuous of that with your false romanticism.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have to sell it. It's a great product in and of itself, and all I'm doing is selling out.
Yeah.
It's like most people don't sell out because they never have the damn opportunity.
I'm just going to have to keep the monetary and business aspects at the forefront of my mind, yet secondary, and try to negotiate that balance as best as I can. Ultimately, I think it just comes down to this. It's keeping in mind, yes, this is very, very difficult to succeed in. It's near impossible to monetize. It's where the odds are really, really stacked against you. However, I have this inexplicable creative impulse this need to share my essence with the world, and I can't betray that. And so I think our main job is just that of reconciling the two. And that really is the job of a lifetime.